Alright, what's going on? Stag in here with some more of that egg to power up your life. But it's up to you to add joy in the good. Now here what we're gonna do today, we're gonna hear a little piece on who and when and I'm just gonna run it. Here we go. What does that say right there? Aetna Casualty and Surety Company. Surety? You know what a surety is, right? Uh-huh. And more than 30 million young people enrolled in the school and realize greatest hope for the solution of the mounting traffic problem. President Highway Safety Conference. Yeah, right.
A million or more times every year in this country, a teenager comes of legal driving age and seeks his license. Just a scrap of paper, a permit to drive, and sometimes die on our highways. What role does the teenager play in the maelstrom of modern traffic? How you answer that question depends largely on your point of view.
You reckon?
Many see him as the victim, tragically unequipped to cope with the power and speed of the automobile.
Tragically unequipped.
Others see him as the culprit. Bitterly they charge speeding, reckless driving, even manslaughter. But to an ever-growing number of other people, the teenager is the potential hero of a desperate situation. In the skills, judgments, and attitudes these youngsters display at the wheel in years to come may lie the solution to the traffic safety problem. 1 million people have been cut and crushed to death on our highways.
They're gonna put them scare tactics on your ass.
Here's a grim prediction.
Of course, we're gonna put some grim on there. We're gonna scare your ass down.
1 American out of 2 will be killed or injured.
This nigga said
sometime in his
1
life
out of
in
2.
an automobile accident.
1 out of every 2 of us are gonna die in an automobile accident. Then this nigga gonna tell you. That's what he told you just now.
One of the
You believe that
most
shit?
effective answers to the highway safety problem lies in high school driver education.
What?
If all our youngsters had these courses, we could, in a generation, put 40 million drivers on our highways who had been trained for safety.
Really?
Educators agree that a combination of classroom instruction and behind-the-wheel training is the ideal answer. But
Okay.
only one high school student out of 3 today receives the benefit of this complete training.
Uh-huh. What's that mean?
Why don't more students receive this training?
They don't have the ability, do they? Y'all don't offer it to them, do they?
Here, the teacher instructs 25 to 35 students at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But when he goes out on the road, one teacher can instruct only 4 students at a time.
Well, and how safe is that?
And the 3 who ride as observers.
You know, man, you got 3 other, you got 4 lives in there that ain't even driving with somebody that don't know what the fuck they doing. That don't sound like a.
Makes driver training prohibitively expensive for many schools. Finding an answer to the question of how this cost could be cut and training given to more and more students perplexed many a community.
No, it's some dumb shit is what it is.
Pioneered the way toward a possible solution.
Get the fuck up out of my business and
Airline pilots today get part of their
boy, they'll figure out how to do that shit as they get ready to learn it.
the link trainer and flight simulators, like this one in use at the United Airlines Training Center in Chicago. As flight conditions can be simulated on the ground, why couldn't highway conditions be simulated in the classroom?
Why would you need to do that? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Why can't they just learn how to drive with their parent or loved one out there in the field or whatever? I mean, I'm not understanding this. You fuckers in the city, y'all ain't driving no damn way. So, I mean, maybe you are. I don't really. It really doesn't make me no difference. Because you ain't learning how to drive like this. I mean, I never seen no shit like this.
Students operate these controls to meet situations shown on a motion picture screen at the front of the classroom.
This is 1960, man. 56, 1956. They got this shit, man. But they're gonna try to convince you that they didn't have lights 20 years before that, 40 years before that. Whatever it is, it's a joke, man.
19 motion pictures for use in the Drive-O Trainer were planned and produced in close cooperation with a special committee from the New York City Board of Education. In making the Drive-O Trainer films, a motion picture camera was mounted in an automobile and is used to simulate a driver's eye view of the road.
Oh, okay.
Nothing is more important than that the beginning driver learn the importance of good attitudes. So the Drive-O Trainer films stress courtesy and consideration for the other fellow at all times. By means of the films, the student driver is given an opportunity to develop practical judgment in typical
I mean, you look like you're setting up in a damn an 18-wheeler
situations.
cab or something.
He is taught how to meet common emergency situations. This training, many safety authorities believe, is one of the greatest needs of driver education today. In scores of specially staged scenes like these, designed to build good attitudes and judgment, and to teach what to do in emergencies, the Drive-O Trainer films provide training which a school could not otherwise offer. New York, with its teeming traffic... Wait
till they get ready to tell you what the price is. We will fall out when they get ready to tell us what the price is. When they play that shit.
High School, a full-size Drive-O Trainer classroom was set up.
How big that was?
Iowa State Teachers College, known for its fine record of training driver education teachers and for its research facilities, was another natural choice for a study installation. The college seeks to measure the effect of the Drive-O Trainer on high school youngsters from the nearby town of Waterloo.
And this looks like...
And in the near future expects to offer its own students courses in the use of the Drive-O Trainer, thus ensuring a supply of teachers trained in the use of this new instructional tool. Los Angeles became the third of the Drive-O Trainer study sites. Aided by a forward-looking state law which provides financial assistance for driver training, Los Angeles occupies a commanding position in this field.
Of course. I wonder why they did that.
Here is part of the fleet of dual-control cars, which enables Los Angeles to offer on-the-road instruction to more students than any other city.
So that's how they do it?
By 1958, Los Angeles plans to offer on-the-road training to every one of its eligible students, about 30,000 a year. In view of the magnitude of its program, the Los Angeles school system welcomed the opportunity to study the effect of the Drive-O Trainer and selected Hollywood High School for an installation. The entire cost of the Drive-O Trainer development, the preliminary engineering work, the manufacture, the production of the films, and the installation of the 3 research classrooms in New York, Iowa, and Los Angeles, was borne by the Aetna Casualty and Surety Company as part of a public service effort to assist all schools in solving the problem of the high cost of driver training.
You mean to tell me that an insurance company fucking paid for it?
High school just outside Chicago became the first to purchase.
Are you fucking kidding me? And you didn't tell us how much it cost. You just fucking you just told us that a damn surety company paid for it as a public service. You hear that shit? No, fucking rewind it, dude. I know that's what I just heard.
The entire cost of the Drive-O Trainer development, the preliminary engineering work, the manufacture, the production of the films, and the installation of the 3 research classrooms in New York, Iowa, and Los Angeles, was borne by the Aetna Casualty and Surety Company as part of a public service effort to assist all schools in solving the problem of the high cost of driver training.
That is bullshit right there, dude.
Forest High School just outside Chicago became the first to purchase a Drive-O Trainer. Oak Park follows a unique instructional plan. The school gives Drive-O Trainer instruction, and the parents give on-the-road training in the family car.
Oh, okay.
Here, a group of parents observe a lesson in order to coordinate their instruction with the films.
This
do they think of the Drive-O trainer? Here's Joanne
is bullshit right here.
Joanne is a graduate of the Drive-O trainer course. Let's ask her opinion.
Dude, I'm getting hot under the collar.
To learn to drive there is. It's easy and it's interesting.
C.F.
Fucking
McCall
shield.
Jr., whose son also took Drive-O trainer
Of course he
instruction,
did.
says something of interest to every parent.
Fucking balding son of a bitch.
Our son Merritt had
Merritt.
been driving before he took the course.
Of course.
Since then,
It's
he
like
is
I was
much more
saying.
sure of himself.
Oh,
He
wow.
understands the rules and he follows them. And
What, are you
above
reading the
all,
script,
his
dude?
attitude toward driving is much better.
This
We do not
fucker's reading the
worry
script.
when he is out with the car. And of course, this means a great deal to
Yeah,
us,
yeah, you are.
parents.
What a fucking joke, man.
T. Soliday sums it up this way.
Let's see what you got.
Students like it, the parents like it, and best of all, it works. The aim of driver education is not only to produce skillful drivers, but also to produce safer drivers. Here, we believe we are training
He reading the script too.
who will live and let live.
Yeah, you reading the script, motherfucker. I can tell.
There's another
I mean, you can't see his eyeballs and shit. And I mean, it was probably teleprompter, but you could tell by the way he didn't know what he was saying, and the way he was said it. He fucking was reading the script, man.
used at East Meadow High School and at Freeport High School, where it's used to instruct high school youngsters and adults as well.
What happened to the two-story schools, man?
Leslie Southard, the principal of
Or
Freeport
multiple
High School,
story, really, because that motherfucker right there was bigger than two.
The driver trainer has proved very valuable in the teaching of good attitudes, the basic driving skills, and good road driving judgment. The driver trainer has enabled us to cut actual on-the-road training nearly in half, has enabled
What?
us to handle double the number of students, but more important, our results have been just as good.
How do you know
My
that?
own daughter had the pleasure of taking the
He's reading the script, too.
education course in Freeport, and as a high school
No, you fucking it up, dude. You're doing a bad job.
I am very pleased.
Straighten your tie up, nigga.
Commercial driving schools have begun using the Drive-O trainer and report that it's helping many adults overcome their fear of learning to drive. A 15-place Drive-O trainer was shipped recently to the Adult Education Association of Sweden, and another will shortly be shipped to Thailand.
Mm-hmm. The whole fucking world got to get in on
The
this.
Local Association of Insurance Agents donated a Drive-O trainer
Yes.
classroom to the school system.
At least you fucking just said it this time.
In Michigan, a similar donation was made at almost exactly the same time.
Every damn where they finna start doing it, huh?
Oklahoma City, the Drive-O
Yes.
trainer is used not only to train high school youngsters,
Look
but
at this
adults
shit.
as well.
Can you believe
While
this
its use
shit?
is now limited to beginning adult drivers.
Oh, man, I'm hot, dude.
School systems hope ultimately to use the Drive-O trainer to improve the abilities and the attitudes of experienced drivers.
This some bullshit right here, dude.
Results of its first year's experience with the Drive-O trainer, the Agents Association has donated a second Drive-O trainer unit, which will be installed
Oh,
in Capitol Hill
man.
High School.
Damn.
The Dearborn Association of Insurance Agents presented a 15-place unit to the Dearborn Board of Education. These public service donations set a precedent, which a number of other agents associations are considering following.
I bet. I'm sure they are.
The Oklahoma City installation, the Drive-O trainer in Dearborn's Fordson High School is expected to be the forerunner of others in the city schools.
I mean, yes, I imagine so.
Adult as well as high school driver education.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Mark F. Scully, superintendent, and George E. Mills, assistant superintendent.
Well, I'm glad to know that. I'm glad to know where that initiative came from for myself. I mean, I'm sure I would have
In an attempt to put safer drivers
deducted as
on
much
busy
from
highways,
just
Michigan has made
a
driver
partial research on it, but
education high school.
just without even doing any research, that's what I would have said probably. But
Subsidy for such instruction.
this is really, I mean, this is insightful here. This is some bullshit, man.
New York City, Iowa, and Los Angeles followed the same general pattern. At the start, students were given a series of tests: knowledge tests, IQ tests, mental attitude tests, driving tests on the Drive-O trainer and in real cars. Then, based on these tests, the students were divided into two groups, equal in number and ability. The first group was called the control group, the second, the experimental.
Okay. How do
Generally
you...
speaking,
I don't understand.
the study sought to discover whether drive-o-trainer instruction could be substituted for about 3 hours of costly practice driving on the road. Complete
What's so
findings
costly?
from all three of the research installations are not yet available, but the shape of the final picture is becoming clearer.
Oh, okay. So we're just supposed to take your word for
Research
it.
is continuing in New York City. Already officials have found indications that the drive-o-trainer can make important contributions in the following critical areas.
Let's hear it.
Sharpening driver judgment in traffic.
Okay.
Making possible safe training in emergencies. And
What?
inculcating important attitudes for safe and expert driving.
How is
Group
all of that?
instruction in these areas may be given more economically and effectively on the drive-o-trainer than in a regular training car.
You
New York
reckon so,
observed
huh?
In a preliminary report of its research.
That's hogwash.
In an optimistic interim report of its research, Iowa State Teachers College found that the drive-o-trainer made possible very substantial reductions in on-the-road time. The report stated that
Okay.
the teaching effectiveness of the drive-o-trainer films was unsurpassed in driver education.
Oh, really?
So successful was the use of the drive-o-trainer that the Waterloo school system decided to purchase an 8-place installation of its own.
Uh-huh.
The Iowa State Department of Public Safety also has recognized
Yeah.
the value of the drive-o-trainer.
You see
In
this?
cooperation with the college, it has opened in
What's
West
up with
High
the sky,
School in
man?
Waterloo,
Golly.
the first of several projected driver improvement centers.
What's
The
going on
drive-o-trainer
here?
is being used in the
Is that like a fucking model right there?
to use the
I think it's a little
device
fucking
to
model,
open.
dude. That ain't real.
From headquarters
This shit ain't real.
of education came the first complete research report.
That little shit that you showed right there was a fucking model, dude.
Conducted in the safety section of the Los Angeles school system, with the advice and assistance of the evaluation and research section.
Oh, man.
Conducted the study. As supervisor of safety, Mr. Zahn has charge of the driver training program in Los Angeles. The students taking part in the study in Hollywood were divided into two equal groups, control and experimental.
Somehow they knew that they were of equal ability, all of them. I don't know how.
State prescribed course, namely 6 hours of on-the-road instruction.
6 on everything,
The
huh?
experimental students got
6
15
hours,
of
six
driver
groups,
trainer
6
instruction,
everything, dude.
but only 3 hours of practice driving, just half as much as the control group. On 2 knowledge tests and on a searching road test at the end of the course,
Yes.
no statistically significant difference could be found between the drive-o-trainer students and the control group. The drive-o-trainer group
So what's that
was
mean?
significantly better than the control group on a motion picture examination testing knowledge, skills, and attitudes.
The
On
what?
the Seabrecht attitude scale, the
That sounds like some
drive-o-trainer
shit y'all
group
just
showed
made
a
up
much
right
greater
there.
gain in good attitudes than the control group. In view of the importance of good attitudes in the prevention of accidents, Los Angeles officials believe this superiority of the drive-o-trainer students is very significant.
What? They just made up some shit right there,
Summing up
dude.
the results of the 2 knowledge tests, the attitude test and film test, the official Los Angeles
This is
report
ridiculous.
has this to say. Table 8 shows that there was a positive change in mean test scores for both groups on all tests. It also shows a consistency in direction of difference between the 2 groups. These differences were in favor of the experimental group.
I'm sure that's what you were told to put
In
down.
the chapter on conclusions, the report stated,
Uh-huh.
results indicate that practically the same progress in driving skill and knowledge will be experienced by a student trained by either the experimental method, using the Aetna drive-o-trainer plus 3 hours of on-the-road time, or the California State prescribed course of 6 hours.
Uh-huh.
Substantial savings in per-pupil costs were cited in the Los Angeles report.
Of
These
course.
savings increased according to the size
Yes.
of the drive-o-trainer classroom.
Yes. So y'all
Fully
say.
as important as cost savings
Of
are
course.
the contributions which the drive-o-trainer can make towards solving the teacher shortage. whereas
Yeah.
4 teachers could give behind-the-wheel instruction to 560 students in Los Angeles by the conventional car-only method. These same 4 teachers could instruct 840 students by using the driver trainer and
I know y'all got them numbers looking real good, but y'all on that dumb shit, and we ain't buying it here.
As a result of
This
the
is a
Los
fucking
Angeles
scam right
research,
here.
The California Department of Public Instruction has ruled that the driver
This is a damn joke.
may be substituted for as much as half of the amount of practice driving required to meet the
You got to be
reimbursement
joking, man.
provisions
This
of
is
the
a
Stanley
damn
Act.
joke, man. A fucking insurance
After the
company.
Hollywood study was completed, the drive-o trainer was moved to Reseda High School. Reseda, like other new Los Angeles high schools, has a separate bungalow for its driver training facilities. This bungalow houses a 15-place drive-o
It was
trainer
basically
unit
just a
and
fucking
regular
money,
driver
a damn.
education classroom.
Everything's about charging the system.
Here,
That's why
Los
I
Angeles
keep saying it, and
Board
I'm gonna keep saying the
scheduling
same
and
shit
other
probably,
administrative details
because
in order to plan
they don't do
most
anything
effective
new.
use of
I
the
mean, it's
drive-o
just they
trainer
just
under
remix
actual
the same
operating
old shit.
conditions. A number of leading insurance companies have also recognized the drive-o trainer. They permit instruction on this device to be substituted for a substantial part of the practice driving they require before granting an automobile insurance rate
Fucking
discount
surety company,
to
man.
graduates of high school driver training courses.
Fuck, dude.
Creation of the drive-o trainer was undertaken by the Aetna Casualty and Surety Company.
It's a damn
as a
joke,
part of
man.
its public service activities in the
Public
interest
service.
of highway safety.
Yeah,
The
my
company
ass.
will continue its non-profit interest in the drive-o trainer.
Non-profit
working
interest.
closely with educators
Bullshit.
in order to realize the maximum potential of this economical new teaching.
Aetna was a burn. That was a fucking
Teaching safe driving to
a
a
fucking
youngsters in every high school throughout the country is a task worthy.
I don't really even know what the word is I'm looking for, but essentially, they never plan on keeping that motherfucker. That was gonna burn that some bitch the whole time.
Community and its schools.
Yeah, that's what they was gonna do. They was gonna burn that motherfucker the whole time, because, excuse me, I never heard of it. I'm not familiar with them. They may be alive, but they're not big time or not on that level. What their purpose was served whenever they began this right here, because this is what compelled a motherfucker to end up where we are right here. The whole shit, a non-profit surety company. My ass, man, that's bullshit. And they never did tell us how much that shit cost. And they was just, I mean, that shit came up out of the government, man. I'm telling you, dude. The school getting your, the fee, they getting your fee, man. They getting your fee. Check this, man. Check this. Okay. Electory contract. In the civil law, a mutual agreement, the effects of which, with respect both to the advantages and losses, whether to all the parties or to one or more of them, depend on uncertain event. A game of chance or hazard. A leator. In the civil law, a gamester, one who plays at games of hazard. And then the contract of insurance is of this description. What's this right here? An unlawful game. Exposed to or involving danger, perilous, risky. In the law, this word is chiefly. When you see chiefly, that means fee. Used in connection with contracts of insurance. That shit's not. They're breaking the damn rules. They're the ones that's doing the criminal activity and compelling you to get dirty with them. Yes. And I know, it's probably a whole lot easier to go along with their bullshit. But you see where we are. I'm tired of that. I'm not going down that road any farther. I'm done with it. And if I had to be the only motherfucker to stand up and say that's enough, I mean, so be it. I mean, I'm gonna stand. I'm not fucking bending. I'm not bending my neck or bowing my knee. No, nothing. I don't give a fuck, man. I'm not doing it. I don't care. If y'all want to do that, it's on you. But I'm here to show you and tell you that you have. I mean, you have every right. You're supposed to stand up for the correct way to do shit, man. The truth is what you're supposed to be about, man. And if you'd rather live in that fucking Matrix world, I mean, because that's what it appears to be. You know, if that's how it's gonna be. Well, we're gonna be at war. So just let me know. You know, I know this. There's enough out here for everybody. It don't have to be the way that it is portrayed, because I don't see much of any of this shit. What the hoopla is all about. So we have a surety company. That surety company. The school paid for that, dude. I'm gonna. Let me see. Where am I at here? Which way I need to go? Hold on a second. All right, now check it out. We're in this treatise by Mr. Blotcher. Okay. The school census being taken each year, it is ascertained just how many persons of school age there are in the state, and also just the number in each county. The amount of money being divided by the number indicating the persons of school age gives the amount due each child in the state. Okay? Okay? With this little pandemic bullshit, over the summer, my boys, cause see, whenever I found out, that this is what time it was, I'm not paying you motherfuckers shit. I don't know what y'all know. I'm not paying you nothing. I mean, no. What do you know? What the fuck you talking about? Yeah, I mean, everybody kind of don't like me no more, but hell, I'm sorry that I'm not really sorry at all, really. Be honest with you, no, I'm not sorry one fucking bit. I'm not fucking gonna do shit that I don't have to fucking do and let somebody else take advantage of me and fucking pimp me out, dude. No, I'm not doing it. Fuck that. Such right here, it's my motherfucking money, dude. And over the summer, like I said, they sent them a card with the allocation of food stamps equivalent to the fucking lunch money or whatever. However they did it, I don't know how they divvied it up, but I'm telling you what I know. They get your fee, and then they compel you to go to the DMV. That's what's going on here. I couldn't make this shit up, because they consider your ass dead. You never showed up. You're supposed to go there. You're supposed to go to the damn post, but you never did it. And it tells you right here you ain't supposed to give your card to the bank, but you do it, and that gives up your power of attorney, and because they compelled you to do this dumb shit right here. And this is what the Banking for All Act. That motherfucker's gonna comply with this. You better believe it. It's gonna have all this. It's gonna comply with all this shit right here for damn sure. And it's gonna tie everything into one thing. And I don't care what anybody else try to tell you. Do you really think that right now they don't fucking know exactly how many dollars you get in your fucking life? You're crazy if you don't know that they already do that. They already know that. Because it ain't like you selling no big fucking weed or nothing. You ain't doing nothing. I mean, everything that you got, every dollar that you fucking got, you demanded it by your work probably, or you didn't get it, because that's the only way that system gonna let you get anything out of it. That's the only way you're gonna get the charge, because that's what they tell you. And don't think that there's some type of elite motherfucker who's above it, because they've all sold out, or they're as dumb as me and you. So, I mean, here we are. Here we sit. Babylon's finna turn to a motherfucker for a whole bunch of some bitches that have to listen to what they done. You know, the deal they done made. They had to lie in that bed what they made. See what I'm saying? I don't have to lie in that motherfucker, and I'm not gonna lie in it. It's just that simple, man. And I mean, if you can't understand what I'm saying, you need to get with the fucking program, dude. I mean, because we're going forward, up. The stage what I'm on, the good stage, it don't sit below this bullshit what they on. No way. These criminals, they not gonna get away with this shit forever. No, I mean, at some point people gonna realize that, hey man, the boot of tyranny feels bad on my fucking neck. Why don't you raise up off me? That has to happen at some point. You can't. It's not gonna happen. You just fucking lay down and think that they're gonna just stop because they're gonna lose. They're not gonna lose interest in you. No, man. They're just gonna get worse and worse. And the driver is employed. Where's your fucking money, man? Huh? Where's your employer at? And why ain't that motherfucker being held responsible for? Where's his slice of the blame or the pie or the fucking, you know? How come he just gets to hold your fucking assets and compel you to give them to him at the point of a gun? And loss of your God-given right to be unmolested and unrestrained. I'm somebody. Can somebody explain it to me? Can somebody please explain to me how this shit right here leads to them terrorizing you on the side of the damn street, trying to act as a damn tax collecting revenue officer. You know, has nothing to do with being a peace officer. He's not a peace officer. He's not even operating as that at all. When he operating as a terrorist, turn them lights on. You yield the right away to him because you know it's an emergency, and there's no emergency. He wants to just come up there and fuck your life up. What kind of shit is this? And we allow this. We allow it. Yes, you do. All of you do. Because you continue to go down there and do the shit. And comply. Because it's easier to just do it. That's a fucking joke, man. It's not easier, man. Look at all your peoples that's fucking getting locked up. If you live in America, you know somebody that you care about that's locked up or been locked up on some bullshit. What the fuck is going on, people? Is it really that much easier? They could come do it to you at any fucking time. Don't get it twisted. I don't give a shit who you are. They can come do it to you at any time because you don't have no diplomatic passport. You ain't set up nothing. I'm coming with fucking solutions, man. Everybody else wants to talk about, they want to tell you that there ain't none. That God's coming and all this fucking dumb shit. It's not happening, dude. Help your fucking self, dude. And share the good. And that's what the shit is, man. Quit trying to buy into all that damn shit. What they just pumping you up with some shit you can't even wrap your mind around it, dude. You gotta remember, the same motherfuckers who gave you the Bible and that fucking taking you to church and shit is the same motherfucker that's taking you to the schoolhouse where they're telling you that this place, they're trying to tell you about a place, and the key feature of the motherfuckers is wrong, and they expect you to buy it. What kind of shit is this? I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, man. That's all. I mean, you can't tell me if you got a fucking brain at all. I don't care. You could be damn retarded. And you at this point you fucking looking around like, damn, what the fuck? But we gotta do something, man. I can't. I mean, I'm just one guy. One man. I guess I'm just trying to maybe I guess I'm trying to convince myself by persuading you. I'll catch y'all next time. I'm out.